Welcome to Creole and Cajun Living with Bomb Cherry. In this video, I will be showing you how to make a reusable shopping tote. Here are the items used for this project. You will need 1 yard of outer fabric and 1 yard for the lining fabric. You will also need a piece of interfacing, and this is optional. Okay, so here are my fabrics that I've decided to use for this project. Okay, so here I am cutting out the 2 layers for my outer portion of this bag, the 2 inner portions or the lining, and I'm also cutting out 2 pieces for the handles. Okay, so here are all my pieces after cutting. Okay, so now it's time to assemble the bag, and I start by placing right sides together and clipping the bottom portion of the bag. I then take it to my machine and do a straight stitch across the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is just open that seam up with the iron. Okay, so here I am folding my stabilizer over so I can find the center of it, and I'm marking it with my pen. Okay, so I fold the bottom of the bag so I can find the center of that as well, and I align the 2 together. I then add the stabilizer as according to the stabilizer's instructions. Okay, so now we're talking about the top of the bag. I'm folding over 1 inch and ironing. I then fold my fabric in half with right sides facing and pin along the 2 edges. I then sew along the sides with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I then press the seams open. I then fold the corner so that the bottom seam and the side seam lines up. Once done on both sides, you're going to take this to the machine and do a straight stitch right on the edge of the stabilizer. Then cut off the corner 1/2 inch from the stitches. Okay, so now it's time to work with the lining. So we are going to align the 2 lining pieces right sides together and pin. Now we're going to sew those 3 sides together. And here we're going to press the seams open. Okay, so now we're going to box the corner like before by folding the corner so that the bottom seam and the side seam line up. I'm going to measure 3.5 inches from the corner and draw a line going directly across. Once done on both sides, take it to your machine and sew directly on the line. Now you could cut 1/2 inch away from the seams. Okay, so now I'm going to the top of the bag. I'm going to fold over 1 inch and iron. Okay, so now I'm going to create my handles. The first thing I'm going to do is fold my handle in half and give it a good press. I'm going to unfold, then take both my edges, bring it to the line that I created in the center, and then give it another good press. Now I'm going to fold this in half and press once again. I'm then going to take this to my sewing machine and sew down both sides 1/8 of an inch from the edge, and repeat with the other handle. And here they are completed. Okay, so here is my lining, and I want to mark 6 inches from the sides. Okay, so now I'm going to take my handles and place them inside of those marks. And I want the bottom of the handles to match with the bottom portion of that fold. I'm then going to take this to my machine, and I'm going to sew in square with an X in the middle to make this very secure. Repeat for the other handle on the other side of the lining. Okay, so now it's time to place the lining inside the outer fabric. You want to make sure that the seams are aligned with one another. And you also want to make sure that the edges are still folded down at the top. After ensuring that everything is aligned, then we're going to pin all the way around. Okay, so now I'm going to take this to my machine and sew around the top 1/4 of an inch from the edge. Afterwards, I sew around again, this time 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Okay, so here's the finished bag. It is about 15 inches tall, 13 inches wide, and 7 inches deep with a flat bottom. You can use this bag for many things. And unlike the ones you buy from the grocery store, it is pretty and very durable. Not to mention washable.